What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the Poseidon E40 from Ultimea. Housekeeping stuff out of the way. I was sent this for free. I will make a commission off the link down below, but you will also get a 10% discount off that link or code. I'm not quite sure which it is. 10% off for you. So take that as you may. On this channel, we have open and honest reviews, and that's what I'm going to do here today. I'll also say, please consider subscribing if you're new. On this channel, we talk about tech from an intentional living and minimalist perspective. We talk about the experience tech gives us, not so much the ins and outs and specs, though I will go over a few of those for this projector today. Right, so let's get into it. First and foremost, let's talk about design, because I think this thing looks pretty dang cool. It's got this big, huge projector glass right there. And from what I've read and seen on their site, there's this interesting sort of fully enclosed optical engine. So fully enclosed optics versus open optics. It seems like things are brighter and crisper. I can attest to that. I think that the image on this is absolutely fantastic. I'll also say extremely bright. So I know this isn't really design, but I guess we're bouncing all over the place. 1000 ANSI lumens on this thing. And I have noticed, I have another projector that I'll leave it up here that I've tested in the past. It's a different type of projector, but this thing is super bright, super crisp, and super clear. But let's get back into the design here. So something, you know, it's hard to talk about design without the aspects that come with it. Audio coming out of this thing is one, really good and really loud, but also there's this weird like throwing of sound, which is strange to me. You have your sub here and you have these, I guess they're tweeters here, which make for a really great sound, but for some reason, it literally feels like the sound is coming from the screen and not from this thing. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's just my mind sort of convincing myself the sound is coming from the wall that this is being displayed on, but it truly sounds amazing, and I think that's really interesting. And I've really enjoyed this Ultimea sound, as they're calling it. They literally have a sub right here. You can see that moving. This thing sounds awesome. Some more about the design. I think this whole handle deal, whoever came up with it first, props to you. I've seen a few different projectors do this. The handle also becomes the means at which you can sort of tilt the angle. You can even, as you'll see upstairs where we watch it, I have it on top of a bookshelf, so actually angling it down is important. So that's pretty cool there too. In terms of ports here, on the back, you do have your power in, which let's talk about that really quick, because that's my first qualm with this device. So I do have the power brick here, which by the way, this thing is pretty big, so take that as you may. But it plugs in up here at the top, which is strange to me. That doesn't seem very well designed. I think I would prefer it be down here, but I guess I understand. We've got vents and stuff here. They needed to move all the IO up here to the top, so take that as you may. USB-A, HDMI in, headphones in as well, which obviously you could run that to like a speaker or something too. It doesn't have to be headphones. That'd be kind of silly. And then it looks like some IR deal here with indicator light as well. So I don't know. I think the overall design is really nice. It's plastic, a nice plastic, I'll say. This handle seems to be metal though. And I will say this is very sort of like nice and rigid. It's not super easy to move, which is good when it is used as a stand. On top, single power button. I like this sort of, I think you can kind of pick it up on camera, this bluish, kind of dark blue metallic look it's got going. I think the thing looks amazing. Weighty, I mean, it's not light, it's pretty hefty, pretty heavy, but I think for what it puts out, the package is still very small, and being able to take this to a party or out camping if you have a generator, that's pretty fantastic there, because this doesn't run on battery power. It has to be plugged into the wall. So that's sort of interesting as well. I know there's a lot of projectors out there that are using battery power. They don't, you know, claim that it has battery power or sort of put it into the market as such or try to convince you that it does. But just something to note, if you're hoping to pick up something with battery power, you might look elsewhere on their site. I haven't actually looked elsewhere on their site, or you might look elsewhere online. As far as design, we do have 4 little rubber feet here too, and you can see there is a screw here if you wanted to put it on something like a tripod for a camera. That would fit there too, which that's always nice. In fact, I was thinking it didn't have this when I thought about doing the review today, and I'm glad it does, because I think that's really nice to be able to get it up on a stand, propped up, and get it more put intentionally in space to get the perfect sort of projection there. So picture quality, fantastic. We've really enjoyed it. I mean, here we're using it to watch Bluey mostly in the kids' playroom, which we'll show some footage of that throughout this video, but it does a great job. Even with the windows open in the playroom upstairs, like, the image is bright enough that it does a great job. With another projector that I reviewed on the channel, it can be a little washed out when the windows are open, and this has had no problem displaying a clear image even in the daytime with the windows open. So that's pretty cool too. This does come with Android TV 11. Yeah, it's got Netflix, of course, Disney Plus, basically all the apps you can access there. I will say it's cool that you can access the focus buttons here, so you can actually refocus it in real time. A button that I haven't figured out yet, and this is a qualm of mine, is you have to go deep, and I don't even know if you can do it in the settings. It has really cool ability to autofocus, one, and two, it can display the image according to what's around it, so it can fit to a projector screen. Something that's really great for the playroom upstairs is there's stuff on the walls, there's a window, and where it is back, the image is a lot wider, so it's actually able to focus and fit. Object avoidance is what it's called, but there's not a button to redo that. You have to turn, from what I've found, I could be wrong here, you have to turn the system off, then back on for it to do that object avoidance again. I couldn't even figure out how to do it in the settings. So that's something that on another projector, there's a single button that would redo the focus and object avoidance settings. This doesn't seem to have that. Again, I could be wrong, but that's just nice to have. So say like we're watching something on the wall and the kids build a fort and it covers up half of the wall. We want to readjust where the screen's actually playing. We have to then turn it off and back on for that to happen. Not a huge deal, but just something I've noticed. Something else I want to point out is it says 4K decoding, because the native resolution on this is actually 1080 by 1920. So you're not getting, but I don't think you're getting a 4K display. You're just getting 4K decoding, whatever that means. Maybe they're chopping a 4K resolution down to 1080. It's still nice and crisp and clear, but it's not displaying a 4K resolution from what I can tell. You can get up to 150-inch screen size, which is massive. I know a lot of other competitors on the market are around 120 inches, so that gives you an extra 30 inches for your screen size. This is something great you could take over to a backyard party and throw it up on a wall with an extension cord running to it, something like that. A nice big clear image, which I think is fantastic. So for those of you who know this stuff and are interested, the throw distance is 1.23 to 1 throw ratio. That basically, for those of you who don't understand, if I put the projector here and the wall is here, how big is this image going to be? And then if I move it back here, how big is that image going to be? Does it have a very like shallow throw, or does it have a very wide throw where you don't have to have a ton of space between the projector and the wall to still get a large image? I can say upstairs in our playroom, it's a pretty massive TV or screen size, very short throw distance. It feels really nice. So you get that big screen feel with not a huge area of distance that it has to cover to create that experience. The final thing I'll say is it does actually kind of have a fan sound, and you can hear it. It's not something that's like, I can't hear the show because the fan's too loud. It's something like you notice when you turn it on, and then after 1 minute, you don't even care anymore. But just something to note there too, I know with some other projectors, maybe smaller pocketable projectors, they don't have that sound to them, but this does have a cooling fan system, so you will hear that, and it is audible. Other than that though, we have really enjoyed this projector, and I can't recommend it enough. Now it does come right now, it's on sale it seems. It's $499 usually. It's $429 on their site, and again, an extra 10% off with the link down below. I highly recommend this. I think even if you wanted to go in halvesies with a neighbor or something and have some backyard fun with this, watch some sports if you're into that. Huge movie night opportunity here, especially with the built-in sound system. That's honestly fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. At least indoors, it's been great. But you can also pair this with a sound bar, or you can do that headphone out port and, you know, use some sort of like Bluetooth speaker or something as well. So there's lots of opportunities there. But honestly, I think this is the whole package. If you're able to get it connected to some sort of power source via extension cord or whatever you have, I can't recommend this enough. I think this is great. Special thanks to Ultimea for sending this out. I've enjoyed working with you all, and I really enjoy this projector as well. So take all this as you will. Again, links down in the description. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Like this video for more. Watch this video next. I think you're gonna love it, and we'll see you in the next one.